Singh, then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Ashwin, Akshar, and then the main guy, the Virat Kohli. The way he's been handling the pressure, the way he's taking a lot of responsibility, and the man Surya, I think he showed how to bat in a good intent, how to be positive, and that the guy who's been so consistent is with his approach, with his positive mindset, positive body language. I think we have a edge over England. Hopefully, we're going to beat them tomorrow. Then we definitely have a crack on Pakistan on the final day.
Piyush bhai, on the basis of current form in this tournament, how do you assess the two teams, India and England?
Well, if you talk about both the teams' batting lineup, they both are batting pretty well. So the whosoever will bowl well in this game, particular game, will win this game. And looking at the Adelaide wicket, which always suited Indian bowlers, because we have the bowlers who can swing the ball, because you don't get too much off the deck here, but you can swing the ball in the air. So we have Arshdeep and Bhuvi who can swing the ball, who can literally, talk to the ball however they want. So if you ask me, as an Indian, as a player, and as an audience also, India has that slight edge of England.
Anuj bhai, India versus Pakistan on Sunday. Everyone here watching on TV is salivating already. आपको लग रहा है कि टीम में वो जोश है कि वो जीत पाए इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ?
इंडिया ने जिसको हरा दिया वो फाइनल में पहुंच गया। तो जिसको हम हराए वही फाइनल में पहुंच गया, तो बाकी तो सब डर रहे होंगे भारत से। और
पर जैसे पाकिस्तान ने आज खेला वो डर के तो नहीं खेला उन्होंने,
नहीं
धुआं निकाल दिया न्यूजीलैंड का।
मेरा मानना है कि जिस टीम को इंडिया ने इसी वर्ल्ड कप में हराया हो वो फाइनल में है, तो बाकी टीमें तो ऐसे ही सोच रही होंगी यार ये फाइनल में चला गया और भारत से हारा है, भारत से इंग्लैंड को खेलना है। तो ऐसी स्थिति में एक मोराल तो इंडिया का अप है। दूसरी बात कि इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है कि इस समय इंडिया की टीम बेस्ट टीम है।
कैसे?
इसलिए बेस्ट टीम है कि पीछे का आप जितना रिकॉर्ड देख लें, ये दो लोग बैठे हुए हैं ना, ये जो शुरुआत इन लोगों ने करी थी धोनी के साथ, धोनी के कैप्टनशिप में, उसके सारे बच्चे अभी भी कैसे अच्छे अच्छे परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं। और विराट फॉर्म में है और ये हमारा केएल राहुल फॉर्म में आ गया है और रोहित को कल फॉर्म में आना है और रोहित फॉर्म में आ जाएगा तो दुनिया की सबसे बेस्ट टीम हो जाएगी। केवल रोहित के चलने ना चलने से हम थोड़ा सा और लोगों के लेवल में आ जाते हैं। मेरा मानना है कि रोहित अगर चल गया तो फिर इंडिया की टीम का कुछ दूसरा दुनिया के किसी देश से हम इस समय तुलना कर सकते हैं जहां 20 ही पाएंगे, 19 नहीं।
हरभजन सिंह also joins us. Baji Paji, Sat Sri Akal, welcome. India versus England. What's it looking like? Everybody has opinion, everybody has emotion. Looking at it clinically in terms of the forms these two teams are carrying into tomorrow's big semi-final, who do you think has the edge and why?
Well, I think both the teams are equally balanced in terms of. I think they have played some good cricket. I would go with India because India have won, some pressure games, especially the first game against Pakistan. That was a game which we almost kind of lost that game, but that belief was there in Virat Kohli's eyes, and so was Hardik Pandya. They were brilliant, and they won that game, and that kind of boosts the confidence of the team. And apart from that, even that Bangladesh game, it was yet to. That game was like so close, but it was so important for India to win that game, because if anything went wrong in that game, things would have been a little different for India. But I think India is looking little better because India's bowling is also slightly better in terms of Arshdeep is bowling really well. So is Bhuvneshwar is bowling really well. If the ball is swinging, India have advantage. Batting wise, I think both the team are equally balanced, and probably England is more in favor of batting. If they're chasing 180, 170 kind of a total, they'll still have a chance. But if they are defending 180, I don't see England defending 180 because
let's look at the pitch at Adelaide and how it's behaved so far. Should India be looking to bat first or bowl first?
I think they're playing with the used wicket today. I think yesterday they played the game there, so I think they are playing on the same wicket. They haven't changed the wicket. So probably I would say if I was a captain, I would love to bat second.
Bat second.
Exactly, because England has a depth of batting. They just need to get out Josh Butler, Livingstone, and one important player who's been scoring a lot of Alex Hells. I think the Wood is injured. They might play Chris Jordan. So I think whenever you just win the toss, make sure you take the field. And we have a chaser already there. Virat is there. He's a brilliant chaser. He's a run machine. Then you have Suryakumar Yadav.
But in the semi-finals, Bhaji, there's that much more pressure when you're batting second in a big semi-final, chasing a relatively high score. There's also extra pressure to contend with.
Yeah, well, why are you thinking that there'll be extra runs they need to score? Of course, you can take that in your stride and try to get them out below 150, 160. Simple as that. By keeping things very tight and very simple. I think it just comes down to the when you play semi-final and the final, it comes down to the mindset of the team. What they think and what they want to go about the business. And simple as that. You have to keep things very, very simple and let's say stick to the basics kind of a thing. People who kind of take right decision at right time, hold their nerves and do what they're required to do at that particular time. Those teams actually win bigger tournaments. So, you look at Pakistan, they were nowhere and suddenly they are in the final, and how they played against New Zealand was commendable. They are big guns. They fired Babar and Rizwan, and so is Shaheen. They fired from the top when it comes to bowling or batting. And the same we would expect Team India to fire. Not just with the batting but also with the bowling. That more importantly, because
Piyush bhai, let's look at the Indian team when you've got Rohit not firing just at this moment. What do you think is potentially going wrong? What should he be telling himself tonight? Why has he not got his act together so far?
Well, it just takes 10 balls to get in form in T20 cricket. Because when you go into bat, you get that feel onto your bat and you get a couple of good boundaries. You play good shots, sometimes it goes to the fielder. So you feel, okay, I'm hitting the ball well, but it's not going in the gaps. At the moment those 2 fours goes into the gap, you get your confidence back. And we all know what he can do at the top of the order. He's very dangerous. If he bats like 10, 12 overs, Indian team will end up getting at least 180 plus. So, and the best part for the Indian team is that Rahul is in form, because now he can take that extra bit of pressure off Rohit and he can take his little bit of sweet time so that he can prolong his innings. And because if we talk about strike rate, Rohit is somebody who can hit big shots anytime and he can catch up with that strike rate. He just needs to play those 20 balls.
What's gone wrong so far? You've been an ace batsman yourself, Suresh. In the way that Rohit's gone about this World Cup, why has he not been able to connect?
No, he's doing it. I think everyone wants in 2020 cricket to score 100 or to score a 50. I think no one wants to see like 15 balls, 30 runs. That's also valuable for the team. And even if you see someone like KL Rahul, he was like looking very strong. And Rohit, every game he's getting a start. Last game also, he was looking very dangerous. He was batting really well. As Piyush said, I think 10 balls. If you get a 2-3-6 or 1-0-4-6, game will be on. I think he is a kind player who's going to make sure he'll deliver in next 2 games first.
Is Suryakumar Yadav up for a failure given how consistent he's been? Is Murphy and the law of averages, Bhaji, potentially lurking around the corner, and could that be a concern for Sky?
Well, I think we should not even think on those terms. I hope that he'll continue with the same form and continue to score runs. In that scenario, Rohit, Virat is also, it could be in the same sort of category. But, we want both of them to fire again and score runs for Team India. But it'll be important, everyone talking about Rohit's point of view that he's not scoring runs. But at the same time, I feel that there are enough people in the team winning games, when it comes to batting department. Virat, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya and KL Rahul chipping in with the performance. And Rohit is due for runs, and I'm sure it's going to be his day tomorrow or maybe the next game. So when it matters the most, these big guns will obviously take the lead and show the whole world how it's done. I think we don't need to be worried about whether Suryakumar, had too much of success or Virat Kohli had too much of success and they are about to have a bad game. No, that's not going to happen. Let's believe that, it's going to continue.
How does he bat like this, Suresh? Given the kind of shots he plays, bending down, hitting the ball over the legs, the kind of crazy cricket shots which you don't typically see most Indian players play. And he wasn't like this. So speaking to somebody who played with him earlier, he used to be a pretty regular batsman. How did he become the Superman Sky?
I think his game awareness. He worked really hard on his batting. I think I was reading his interview. He practiced in Parsi Gymkhana. He told his coach, I need a bouncy wicket. And especially in Australia, you have a bigger ground. He knows where to use the angle. I think that's why he's so danger play. He has done it for India in recent time, and he also done it in IPL a lot of times. I think I would say his intent, his fearless approach, and execution in the middle overs. I think when you represent your country, you need to give it back whatever you have.
आपने कभी ऐसे ट्राई किए शॉट्स मनोज भाई जैसे जैसे वो मारता है वो?
नहीं, हम उन्हें ट्राई कर सकते, लेकिन ट्राई करते हुए देखना अच्छा लगता है। आपके टीवी स्क्रीन पे ना कुछ लाइन लिख रही है, पाकिस्तान इन फाइनल वेट्स फॉर इंडिया। ये थोड़ा हमको गलत लगा। वेट्स की जगह लिखना चाहिए अफ्रेड ऑफ इंडिया।
अरे वाह,
पाकिस्तान इन फाइनल एंड अफ्रेड ऑफ इंडिया। उनको इस समय डर लग रहा है। वो लोग अपनी सारी जितनी भी पूजा पाठ होगी ना, वो यही करते होंगे कि भारत न आए, भारत न आए, भारत न आए। और यहाँ 130 करोड़ इंडियंस लोगों की।
नहीं, पर सोचिए क्या ऐसा कोई पॉलिटिकल एंगल भी होगा? इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान गुजरात के चुनाव से पहले अगर हो जाए तो थर्सडे से लेके संडे तक तो सिर्फ क्रिकेट ही चलेगा और तो कुछ चलेगा नहीं।
नहीं, उस हिसाब से तो फाइनल हो चुका है पहले ही मैच में। हम तो पहले ही मानते, देखो भारत पाकिस्तान का मैच हमको किसी फाइनल से कम लगता ही नहीं है। उसी दिन आते हैं, देख कितनी भीड़ होती है, कितने लोग।
मेरा सोचे कि ना फाइनल तो जीत गए, इस फाइनल की क्या जरूरत?
हाँ, अभी क्या वैसे, इसलिए मैं बोला ना, अभी जो फाइनल में है वो तो भारत से हारा हुआ है। इंग्लैंड को हम कई बार हराए हुए हैं, तो हम टॉप पे हैं, बाकी तो सब हार गए। तो हमारा ये मानना है कि इस समय इंडिया दुआ कर रहा है, हम सब दुआ कर रहे हैं। मैं थोड़ी देर पहले मेरे मन में एक भाव आया था, वो पता नहीं भूल गया, अब याद आएगा कि नहीं।
भाव आया था कि गाना आया था?
गाना आया
अच्छा,
था।
गाना बताओ।
मैं गाने को भाव बोलता हूँ। भारत की दुआ है, भारत की दुआ है, जीत के आना, किंचित मत घबराना, बेस्ट प्रदर्शन करना, बेस्ट प्रदर्शन करना, अपने लक्ष्य को तुम पा जाना। भारत की है, भारत की ये दुआ है, अपने तुम तो जीत के आना, बेस्ट प्रदर्शन करना, किंचित मन में मत घबराना, मिल के लड़ोगे तो तुम लक्ष्य को पा ही जाओगे, जीत के आओगे इंडिया, जीत के आओगे, जीत के आओगे भारत, जीत के आओ। मेरी ये दुआ इंडिया की दुआ है, सब लोगों की दुआ है।
बहुत बढ़िया।
वी ऑल।
ये आपका था?
दिस इज मेरा उसमें।
ऐसा तो नहीं कि पॉलिटिक्स के लिए लिखा हो, जब क्रिकेट के लिए बनाना तो बॉल स्विंग कर दी?
नहीं, अभी पावर प्ले में बनाया है।
अच्छा, अभी
पावर प्ले।
अभी मेरे को लगा कि भाजपा के लिए लिखा और थोड़ा सा चेंज करके इन्होंने इंडिया के लिए बना दिया। Some of the students we have in the audience want to ask a question as well. So, okay, that gentleman there.
Good morning, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, I have a question that we Indians watch cricket as a layman terms, like it is an emotion for us. But when we see players like Suryakumar Yadav hitting 360-degree, all shots everywhere. So sometimes do you professional cricketers also say कि भाई ये क्या मार रहा है?
होता है, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। As you said, I think he worked really hard on his game. और कभी कभी नॉन स्ट्राइकर में आप खड़े होते हैं ना, माँ यार क्या मारा इसने। जैसे विराट बीच में धोनी में लंबे छक्के मारते थे जब, तो विराट का आपने रिएक्शन देखा होगा। आई थिंक वो टोटली उसका हार्डवर्क है वो। आई होप कि वो बहुत बातें कर रहे हैं अभी हम लोग, 2 मैच और अच्छा करेगा, फिर जब आपके सामने आएगा। ही सच ए सिंपल गाय, ऐसी जैसे आप हो वैसे ही है वो, बट उसके माँ बाप का आशीर्वाद बहुत है और आप सब लोग की दुआएं उसके पास बहुत सारी है। तो क्रेडिट देना चाहिए उसके कोचेस को, उसकी फैमिली को। इतने छोटे टाइम में उसने बड़ा नाम बनाया है। तो आई थिंक 2 मैच के बाद मुझे लगता है और तारीफ करेंगे। अभी थोड़ा मुझे लगता है थोड़ा फिंगर क्रॉस करना जरूरी है।
Thank you, sir.
Baji, if you were looking at it from Suryakumar Yadav's perspective, here is a man who has been waiting for his chance. He's been on the sidelines of the international scene. He's been asking himself, if I don't get a chance now, when will I? As Raina says, if he can make India win the next 2 matches or play an important role there, he's really writing his place in history, and he's been waiting for this opportunity. Kohli's already written his name in history, as has Rohit Sharma. This is Sky's big chance, but is that also then too much pressure?
No, see, for him, everything is to gain. Surya should have played 3 years back. He's been batting brilliantly over the years, and we've been talking about him. But, the people don't really feel that when we talk, we make any sense. He didn't get his dues, but now since he's there in the team and he's showing the whole world what he's capable of, and I've not seen a guy who's just going to Australia and dominating the attacks like England, Australia, and playing those shots. It's amazing, to see how his mindset is to play such shots. And people talk about Virat Kohli, the superstar. People talk about Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, but this guy have shown the whole world that he's not lesser than anyone. So he's a superstar, not in making, but already a superstar. The way he have batted in this World Cup, and he have won a lot of hearts. And I'm so glad that what he's doing, he worked really hard on his game. He was a fat little guy when he started off his cricket with Mumbai Indians. He shed a lot of weight, worked hard, and came to this position where he's winning a lot of heart. And now everyone believes that till the time Surya is there, our chances are very, very bright.
Piyush bhai, given the way he plays, can someone like him be consistent? Is he just enjoying the form of his life, or can he be consistent?
Well, I've seen him from the beginning when he joined KKR with me. So
वो उस टाइम पे कैसा था?
तब भी ऐसा था, like
ऐसे ही
he used
batting
to bat
करता
like
था।
this only because he used to prefer playing over short fine leg and third man. But now with the one thing which he has developed, if the ball in his arc, even if it's the first ball, he has that self-belief that he can clear that first ball, and that's what we have seen. If you talk about we are talking about his innings 25 balls, 60 runs. But for me, the best inning was against South Africa when the top order was demolished, and
Absolutely.
he came and he literally dominated that bowling attack right from the first ball. So if you talk Surya also, he will keep that inning. He'll remember that if it goes down in the books, that will be in his top 3 innings. So he was like this only right from the beginning. Lot of self-belief, lot of hard work, and he just enjoys his game. That's the most important thing. He just loves batting.
Let's spend a moment talking about some of the concerns. We've spoken about Suryakumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma. What are the other key concerns that you'll be looking at? The one thing that I'm baffled by is this quandary over whether they want to play Rishabh Pant or Dinesh Karthik. Bhaji, everyone's wondering, and you've got a player like Rishabh Pant who can win the kind of matches that he has. Why is the team persisting with Dinesh Karthik, who hasn't finished and done the job what he was supposed to as a finisher? For the semi-final, if we get to the final, would you pick Pant or Karthik, and why?
No, it's a sure shot now that Pant will be playing because he played the last game, and now suddenly you can't replace Pant with Dinesh.
No, but Dravid said हमने उसको chance देना था. He was the only one who hadn't got a chance, so we gave him a chance. He's not suggesting that Pant will play the semis.
No. There was another guy, Yuzvendra Chahal. He should have played, long back, and he should have been continued playing for India, but he's not playing either. So Rishabh was about to play because they were waiting. Okay, Dinesh Karthik will score runs and he'll finish things off. He carried that reputation from the IPL itself that he's the finisher, and that's the reason he got picked. And well done to Rahul Dravid for giving him so many chances. And yes, he didn't score runs, and now it's Rishabh Pant's turn to show what he can bring onto the table. Yes, his test records are very, very good. But let me tell you, his T20 records are pretty ordinary, and I hope, he score runs and win games for Team India. And
Why is
Team
his
India
record
also-
ordinary in the T20? Given how he plays in Test and the number of matches he's won, you imagine if that's how he bats, he should be able to do an even better job in T20, but somehow he hasn't been able to do so.
I think he's batting number 4 or 5. He should bat 3, 4, or maybe he should open. Because I always batted number 3 in 2020 cricket. And for India as well as for IPL team, I think it's very important to give those extra 7 or 8 balls. Because the moment he comes, he starts looking for 4 or 6. Maybe he should give him 5 or 4 balls.
Will you play him or would you play Karthik?
Definitely Rishabh Pant.
तो ये वो समझ में अगर हर ही आदमी पंत को खिलाना चाहते हैं, जितने भी लोग यहाँ बैठे, फिर कार्तिक टीम में कर क्या रहा है?
Well, मेरे से तो 6 महीने पहले भी पूछा गया था IPL के टाइम में कि what do you think who should be in the World Cup squad? So to be very honest,
No, but they're thinking. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, so to be
there
very
obviously
honest,
some thinking there.
At that time also I said the same thing because Rishabh Pant, he has won games for you in countries like England, Australia. He has scored runs everywhere. And Karthik, whatever innings he has played for RCB, it was like he batted really well, but the conditions gonna be totally different in India and Australia, and that's what we have seen. He is struggling.
But Rishabh
So
also
that's-
scored. I can tell you that Rishabh is a brilliant player, but Rishabh also were playing the same format, but he didn't get too many runs in the IPL.
नहीं वही
So
तो
that
मैं
was
पूछ
the
रहा हूँ
reason.
बजी मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा if he bats
that
the
was
way
the
he does in
reason.
Test cricket, why is he not able to do the same in T20, which is at least from the outside
I'll tell you why. The field
more
set
suited
is
for his
different.
game?
In T20, field set is different in Test cricket, and you see a lot of people are in the circle in Test cricket. Whereas now, when he go to bat at number 6-7, which is probably the difficult position for any batsman. You talk about Dhoni, Yuvraj Singh. They have done it for over the years, and you see who are the match finisher now. We have Hardik Pandya. Yes, phenomenal. And Dinesh Karthik, we were trying to find that if he could do what he's done for the RCB. And you asked Rishabh Pant to bat at number 6-7. You asked Virat Kohli to bat at number 6-7. I want to see their stats. How well they will do. It's a very, very difficult position for anyone to just go in and slog and get those runs. And credit to Yuvraj Singh, Dhoni, Hardik Pandya. They've been doing it consistently. It's not an easy kind of a job, an easy spot where they have put Dinesh Karthik.
Okay, so Quizmaster Rajdeep has just sent some trivia and I'll read that out to you, which is that in 2007 we had an India-Pakistan final after India had beaten Pakistan in the opening match, and we know some people who know how that went. And in 1992 we had a World Cup final that Pakistan was playing England after Pakistan had lost the first two games in Australia. So will history repeat itself? There's some interesting trivia there. How would it be, Suresh, by the pressure of an India-Pakistan final if it comes to that?
Probably it's the World Cup for
So
us.
players सोता है कि नहीं सोता? Thursday से Sunday सो पाएंगे
सोना
नहीं
तो
सोता?
पड़ेगा, तो मैच कैसे के नहीं खेलेंगे, तो मैच भी तो
असली में मतलब एकदम नॉर्मल, जो बच्चे फैंस हैं वो ठीक से सो नहीं पाते टेंशन के
नहीं, I
मारे.
think player need to take the proper
थोड़ा ज्यादा
recovery.
सोना पड़ता है,
हाँ?
थोड़ा ज्यादा सोना
पर
पड़ता
नींद
है।
कैसे आएगी? आप इतने टेंशन में हो कि अगले दिन क्या होगा, कैसे होगा?
You tension, being a professional athlete, you take that responsibility to give that World Cup to your country. I think सबको पता है वो, और मुझे लगता है जैसे बात कर रहे हैं अभी, तो वो प्रोफेशनल प्लेयर हैं वो, they are
बिना टेंशन के, बिना एलेग्रा के, बिना स्लीपिंग पिल के.
क्यों खाना वो सब? ये सब यंग है, सब फिट हैं, सारे ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं, बेस्ट डॉक्टर है हमारे पास, पैडी अपटन है, राहुल भाई इतने अच्छे डिसिप्लिन प्लेयर है अपने टाइम में, एंड ही वाज ए गुड लीडर. तो वो दूसरी टीम को टेंशन करनी है, हमें टेंशन नहीं करनी हो.
पीयूष भाई, डू यू स्लीप वेल बिफोर अ बिग इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच?
मेरे को तो वैसे ही नींद नहीं आती है ज़्यादा, तो जब तक लेटे हुए टीवी देख रहे हैं, कुछ देख रहे हैं, जब नींद आ गई तो सो जाते हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि इट्स ओनली अबाउट दैट इंडिया पाकिस्तान गेम, बट येस ऑब्वियसली व्हेन इट्स इंडिया पाकिस्तान द प्रेशर इज डिफरेंट, द expectations are different, so yes, that little bit of pressure is always good.
मुझे इतना मालूम है मनोज भाई कि जो नेता है हमारे देश के ज़्यादातर जिनसे बातचीत होती है, वो बड़ा अगर नतीजा आना और चुनाव फंसा, वो तो नहीं सो पाते. ये तो मैं 100% कॉन्फिडेंस से, पर्सनल नॉलेज से जानता हूँ.
बट क्रिकेट में डिफरेंट है.
जैसे मनोज भाई का जब एमसीडी का रिजल्ट होगा ना, आप देखना उस रात को नहीं आएगी इनको नींद, इनको लगेगा केजरीवाल आगे निकल गया तो मेरा क्या होगा. वो तो टेंशन रहेगी आपको.
एक तरफ हरभजन भाई को बिठा के ऐसी बातें करोगे आप, ठीक नहीं है. तो मेरा मानना है कि हम खिलाड़ियों को लेकर के जितना हम सोचते हैं ना, हमें ज़्यादा तनाव रहता है, और खिलाड़ी को तनाव होना भी नहीं चाहिए. अगर खिलाड़ी के ऊपर ये तनाव आ गया कि हमें इस मैच में बहुत अच्छा करना है, मैं जो पीछे बोला ना कि तुम किंचित मत घबराना, तुम बस भिड़ के आना, बेस्ट प्रदर्शन करके आओ. सभी जो भी क्रिकेटर्स को या किसी खेल में हम बेस्ट प्रदर्शन के लिए बोलते हैं, उसके बाद उनको वो टेंशन में आ गए तो परफॉर्मेंस चली जाएगी, मेरा मानना है. और कल जो है, कल मेरे लिए इसलिए लगता है कि इंडिया का मोराल बहुत बूस्टअप है, क्योंकि आयरलैंड ने इंग्लैंड को हरा दिया है. आयरलैंड ने इंग्लैंड को हरा दिया. अब ये तो इंडिया वालों को पता रहेगा ना भाई कि इन लोगों को तो आयरलैंड ने हराया है, तो ऐसे ही मोराल बूस्ट रहेगा. और हमारे इंडिया की एक आदत है, अगर पता चल गया ना इसको हमसे कमजोर पहलवान ने पटक दिया है, तो वो पक्का पटकेगा, चाहे वो मजबूत भी हो तो.
Okay, I want to go across to Nikhil Naz, who's with cricket legend and India Today commentator Sunil Gavaskar, and let's get a sense from Sunny Bhai, Nikhil, about his thoughts ahead of this big semi-final clash.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Rahul. Yes, we are live right now. It's close to 2 a.m. here in Adelaide. Not too many hours to go for that crucial semi-final between India and England. And Sai Bhai has been kind enough to be awake. I guess probably the adrenaline is also not allowing him to sleep. It's a big day, Sai Bhai, isn't it?
It is. It is a big day because it's a knockout. It's the semi-finals. We've now seen Pakistan in the finals, having beaten New Zealand today, and everybody in the world really, including I think many of the England players, would want to see an India-Pakistan finals.
Okay, I'll tell you, the weather has completely changed. It's done a 360-degree turn. It was freezing cold conditions 4 or 5 days ago that we were here. India played Bangladesh, and now it feels like a proper Australian summer. It was raining a bit today, but I've got good news for you. Tomorrow it's all clear, so expect to see a full 40 game. Saima, two things. One, the weather has changed. Would you say the weather now more subcontinental, that would benefit the Indian team? And also, you're playing in Adelaide, a ground where India has got great memories.
Absolutely, and it's been a lucky ground for Virat Kohli as well. So yes, I think the change in the conditions certainly suit India better. If it had been cold and freezing as it was about last week, then England, who generally play in similar conditions, would have felt more at home. Now India will feel more at home because they like the sun on their backs, and that will also mean that our spinners will be able to grip the ball that much better, give it a lot more tweak than otherwise in cold conditions.
I mean, when you look at India versus England encounters, they've had very close encounters before this as well. But in this particular game, where do you think the weaknesses lie in the English camp that India can look to exploit?
At the middle order, their opening batting has been pretty good. Joss Butler is dangerous opening the batting. Alex Hales has been in good form. But then after that, 3, 4, 5 and 6, they have not been very consistent. And I think that is an area where if India can get those early wickets in the first power play while they are bowling, then they'll certainly make it harder for England to get a big total.
Everyone is talking about an India-Pakistan final. Pakistan have taken that step. They've reached the final. Joss Butler, the English captain, Rahul, let me tell you, he was asked in the press conference saying that, listen, everyone wants an India-Pakistan final. Are you going to spoil the party? He said, why do you say everyone wants an India-Pakistan final? We don't want it. We want England to be in the final. But, do you think the Indian team, now that Pakistan have made it to the final, does it impact India's preparation, thinking that, listen, our arch rivals have made it, anything less than not making the final will not do for us?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll be just focused on England. That's how it should be. You just focus on what your current issue is, current matches, and then after that you still have two more days to think about Pakistan. Right now it's only about England. How to make sure Joss Butler doesn't get off to a start. How to make sure that Ben Stokes doesn't play a game-changing inning, or a Moeen Ali coming in towards the end and smashing in 10 balls about 25-30 runs. That is what India will be thinking about. And when it comes to the bowling, they'll be a little bit mindful of the fact that Chris Wokes can bowl a good line and length. Chris Jordan will be also there. Sam Curran will get the ball to swing. But the one big plus, as far as I think India's batting is concerned, is Mark Wood is unlikely to play.
Yes.
Because he didn't look 100% fit in the fitness test that he had. So if he's not playing and he's got that pace, extra pace, which can make a difference. There are the pluses and minuses. Is that the extra pace will mean that somebody like a Suryakumar Yadav playing the scoop shot will go for sixes. But his extra pace can also make it tough for the batsman to get runs.
Okay. Any changes you see in the Indian 11? India haven't been making too many changes through this tournament.
And that's a good thing. You don't want to really disturb the balance of the side. But yes, I think you need to tweak it just a little bit here and there. And maybe they'll look to include maybe Harshal Patel instead of Akshar Patel. Maybe. Or maybe not make a change. Or if they want to strengthen the batting, lengthen the batting, they will pick both Rishabh Pant and Dinesh Karthik.
Finally, Saima, before we wrap up, I want to draw you and want you to draw from all your experience, look into that crystal ball and do the prediction for us. What's going to happen tomorrow?
I think India is going to win like they've won against Bangladesh and Pakistan. India is going to win in the 40th over.
Okay, you heard it from the master, Rahul. He says 40th over, which also means you're going to get a very close encounter. India have had a few close encounters, and I'll tell you a few things that will also work in India's favour. One, that they've already played at the Adelaide Oval here in this tournament versus Bangladesh. They won that game. England haven't played in this ground in this tournament, so that local knowledge, the weather conditions at the moment during this time of the year, India have that advantage. And the other massive advantage that India will have. I know we are miles away from India, but this is going to be a home game. Expect it to be a full house, and 95%
every match
are going
in
to be
Australia
Indian fans. They're going to
has
be cheering
felt
the
like a
way
home
we
game.
want. And so are Sunny Gavaskar and me, who will be at the stadium, so you can feel jealous or envious, whatever you'd like, but enjoy the game on television. For the moment, it's bye-bye from us.
ये देखो बदमाश लोग ये होते हैं, जले पे नमक. हम यहाँ बैठे हैं मच्छर के बीच में, वो बैठ के मैच देख रहा है, कहता I will have fun, you watch me on TV. No, anyway, that's just the way it is. Now I want to spend a moment on spinners. We heard what Sunny Bhai said, Piyush, that do you carry, because from what I can see as a layman watching cricket, spinners are the ones the teams are really taking apart. Even Hardik Pandya said, अगर spinner आएगा तो मैं 3-4 छक्के मारने का मेरा पूरा confidence था. Given how spinners have played out, does it make sense to have Akshar Patel in the team?
Well, it does, because sometimes you need that left arm spinner to, when there are sometimes the runs are leaking up front, so you need somebody to bowl in power play, and they have a lot of right-handers in their batting lineup, so you need that left arm spinner.
No, but you will say it because you're a spinner. आप बताओ सुरेश भाई. Does it make sense given how these matches have gone so far? मेरे को तो लगता है बैट्समैन वेट कर रहा है कि स्पिनर आए, इसको मारूंगा
वो
मैं.
भी यही कहेंगे.
हाँ?
वो भी यही कहेंगे.
नहीं बिल्कुल, और वेट तो करना पड़ेगा ना, क्योंकि आपको उसी टाइम पे गेम में यू नीड टू जस्ट टेक दैट एक्स्ट्रा gear to put lot of runs on the board. But as Piyush said, I think Chahal should be in the team. That's what I felt initially.
More than Akshar Patel.
No, I think he brings a lot of experience. I think wrist spinner, if you see, Piyush has done in past so many times for India. I think leg spinner brings a lot of trust around the captaincy. And whenever you're
Why are
struggling,
they playing Akshar then?
because they want to use him 2 overs and they really want to use his batting. That's what I felt. I think if they want to, tomorrow Rishabh will be there. You might see maybe Chahal might play tomorrow because Australia has a big ground, Adelaide especially in front. I think they might give him a game, but you never know what they're planning, what's the weather going to be. But they're already playing on a used wicket. So definitely it will be turned there, as we saw today in Sydney. I think Shadab Khan, and then they have Santner was bowling really well, Ishodi. I think leg spinners should play 20, 50 overs or test matches, whatever. Every captain trusts his ability.
Piyush bhai was right. He said यही बोलेगा सुरेश, and that's exactly what he did. आपका कोई song है खत्म करते करते? Your good wish to the team?
नहीं, we can sing any time. We can sing any time. अगर कुछ नहीं आएगा तो हम तो तुरंत बना भी लेते हैं.
तो बना के दिखाओ.
But एक
बना के दिखाओ.
मैं थोड़ा सा पहले मैंने इसको लाया था कि देश नायकों, भारत के देश नायकों, they are heroes of India. देश नायकों, भारत के देश नायकों, अब पीछे मत देखो, तुम मुड़ के मत सोचो, कुछ भी कर सकते हो भारत वीर तुम, कर सकते हो कुछ भी हे रणधीर तुम, देश नायकों, भारत के देश कुछ हमारे नायक यहाँ बैठे हैं, कुछ वहाँ बैठे हैं, हम आपको सैल्यूट करते हैं, टेंशन मत लेना.
अच्छा, आप भी मल्टीपर्पज गाना बना रहे हो, मैं देख रहा हूँ कि मोदी जी के लिए यूज करना, मैं थोड़ा घुमा के मोदी जी के लिए, कोहली के लिए यूज करना, थोड़ा घुमा के कोहली के लिए.
नहीं, मैं देखो, हम तो गीत लिखते रहते हैं. कल के मैच में क्यों भारत डरेगा, कल के मैच में क्यों भारत डरेगा, जो आयरलैंड से भी हारा उसको भारत दुरुस्त करेगा.
अरे right. I'll end on that musical note. Suresh Raina and Piyush Chawla have a long day ahead of them tomorrow. We'll all be cheering for the men in blue, hoping that it's going to be India versus Pakistan in that big final on Sunday. What an epic clash that would be. So thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us. We were thinking about discussing the Himachal Pradesh elections, but I promise you, till the time it is known what happens in Australia, nobody cares about the election. तो मनोज भाई, अभी थोड़ी देर आप इलेक्शन को, रैली वैली को ठंडा कर दीजिए, संडे के बाद ही शुरू कीजिएगा जो भी आपको करना है.
से आप इधर बुला लिए थे, मुझे अगले वाले में होना चाहिए था.
Thank you for joining us. I'll have more for you on the other side. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
The wait is over for the Business Today MTRA Best B Schools survey. More than 300 of India's best B schools compete for top honors in the most definitive guides to B